Good morning. Hello. Let's begin. All right. So we left off working on the casual clothing. We're getting that set up. I think we're just focusing on painting now. Oh, I want coffee. Hello, Zoom. Good morning. Hello, hello. Is it Wednesday already? It is Wednesday. This week is going by so slow. We're almost there. Almost there. Is this the clip shadow? Just curvature and paint shadow. Well, hopefully not too much slower. I don't understand. This gem should be making the center of this blue. But I don't see any color here. Yet it's the only... Huh. I should see some color here. Just delete that and remake. There we go. That's weird though. What happened? What is going on with this layer? Normal 100. Should have this color. It's so weird. Ah. It was the repeating settings. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Now we've got it. Now we've got it. Shiny. Shiny. Tail bags, big win. I should open Unity. Oh, I want coffee so bad, but I'm on a cleanse. Gotta, or not a cleanse, but what would be the word? Resetting my tolerance. I guess that's a cleanse. Bio. And then in Blender, in our painting version, this one we're going to delete half of, right? think so. We'll try it. Actually, I may put the cut right here. I have the full one backed up, so I can always recreate it. We'll do this one's the cage. This one's the normal. Bam. Back to here. You have to hide that. Set this to 128. Go to mode. Bake. Refresh. Save. Doesn't help if it's like that. Okay, other solution. Delete the scarf. We're going to go to the high poly version. All right. And then if we drop this down to the original level, I think this is the original. Pretty sure. I mean, that's pretty good. Hmm. Smooth. Try to avoid any sort of intersection. For now. All right, so something like this. Just enough space. No, I take it back. Let's undo that. Oh, so low. So slow. Leave it there. I'm going to duplicate it. Boom. Should have a duplicate now, which I'll send to the low poly. Or send this one to casual scarf. And then this one will delete half of. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give that a shot. Okay. So now I have this. This is the high poly. Duplicate one more time. Send the next duplicate to the low poly version. Hide that. Open this. And then here, set this back down to 0. Apply. Update our low poly version. Actually, this is the cage. This one doesn't have a displace. Gotcha. Copy to selected. Do I have a displace group? No. Underscore displace. All caps. So here. Now we can turn it back on. Boom. We don't see anything, which is good. Turn on the high poly group again. All right, and then go into weight painting. Make sure it's covering up everything. Bada boom. All right. That looks pretty good. Right, please load. All right, this is definitely one of the downsides of working with multi-res. For some reason, it just gets so slow when I'm doing undos. Look this up. Blender multi-res undo lag. Specifically the undo. Oh, weird. Funny to see my own comment there. Leave that alone. All right, this spot's not going to be seen anyway. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, that's actually a good point. I still have it set up so that we have a front. I actually need to delete. Oop. Oop. Delete the backside. And we'll do the same for high poly. So, awesome. That should work. I export the high poly version now. Substitute v2. Boom, boom. Ugh. Oh Lord. 5 minutes for an export. Should not be this long. It should not be this long. Not a godly amount of time. All right, here's the cage. And here is the base. So my builds take over an hour to build. But I want it to be faster. Right. All right. Now we can bake. Now we're baking. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be right back. I want coffee. Did it bake? I think it did. Why would this be dark? Doesn't look like it's... Oh. It's because the UV map is way up here. just the normal one. And this is the cage. Speaking of faster, new Chat GPT drop. Ooh, yeah, I was looking at the, was it the 4.0? Man, the next iteration of that is going to be so useful for like learning any sort of language when you can just chat with a bot to learn a language. I'm quite excited for that. Always wanted to do that because I find that I struggle with Duolingo. Just keeping it a habit. Much better. Much, much, much better. Much, 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 much better. Very good. Let's see how this, is it better though? We still get this really chunky edge here. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go to Blender, take this, unpin it, unwrap it. Should have corner edges. Then pin and straighten. Rotate. That should be good. One more time. Page. And seems like Google really got the short end of the stick though. Like just the day before Google's announcement, OpenAI drops like a way better demo. It's really interesting to see Google on their just kind of on their back foot for this whole AI race. Oh yeah, that's much better. Still a little chunky on the bottom here. That would be because the cage is going just a little bit too far. Um, oh, my coffee. Time for some coffee. Woo! Are you using ChatGPT at all at work, Zoom? Are you using ChatGPT for your work? Okay, interesting. Interesting. Isn't moving at all. Oh, the undo is so bad right now. It should not take this long to undo. Good morning, Sai. We sure do as well help with some of the more annoying queries. Ugh. I imagine that's just going to suck all the tedium out of a lot of the programming tasks. Stuff, repetitive things, at least at first. We're working on automating some of the tedious repetitive jobs for me, sorting data and stuff, or turning data into inserts for our databases or such. Interesting. Use it for a lot for personal things too. It's great for D&D things. Yes, yes, it is. I think especially with the real-time responsiveness, that's going to be super, super interesting. These corners got messed up for D&D and the like. I think a lot of people are already comparing it to Her, that Joaquin Phoenix movie, and feels apt. Feels apt. But I'm more interested in, instead of Her, hobgoblins. Make them be NPCs in my campaign. Wait, what? Yeah, okay, that's right. Paste as driver. So now when this is off, once we get our hands on that, I imagine things get very interesting. You can, yeah. The Open AI API is open. You can use 4.0 right now. Of course, it's not the free version, and it's pay per token, but I have access to it. So looking forward to goofing around and Resonate with some of that stuff at some point. All right, turn that off. This is the cage. Okay. This one. And not to keep throwing Google under the bus, but that is one of the interesting things about like where Google is versus OpenAI. It's like so many of the things that Google is announcing, it's like, has anyone ever really gotten access to them? Not in like a easy way. Oh yeah, I have the paid version, but still limited in how much you can use it. Making it work in proper environments is still tedious. Fair, fair. I suppose you could make a custom GPT that's like the character's brain. Once they can actually take some actions, it'll get a lot better, I feel. That's good enough. And let's go ahead and turn this on and export it. Exactly. I feel like we're just about to get the truly usable version. I think so. I think so. Please. I'm so ready to experiment with this stuff. I'm tired, Grandpa. Tired of waiting. It'll be cool too, because with the 4.0 version, it's like, or with Vision, it's like you could be like, okay, this is where you're standing. Here's an image of the board. Like, where do you want to move? It's like, oh, I'm going to move over here and then use this spell. I think that's just neat. That's just really neat. Oh, well, that's a bummer. Hmm. How do I get around that? I should make one more version where there's just a little bit more to the side. Or I could cheat a little and just give this a mirror mod. Turn off the merge. Apply it. Delete my shape keys. Apply the mirror. Delete this side. So we get something like this. Make sure it's merged. And bridge. Merge. Oh. But they do. Okay. So now, cage again. Face again. Refresh here. 128. Save. Turn this on. Mode bake. We've refreshed everything. I just want to check apply diffusion. Save one more time. Bake. I do think that software like Resonite, especially, is going to shine with that kind of capability in AI systems. Wow. Excuse me. Oh, of course, because I don't have the mesh. Balls. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let's approach this in a simpler way. Is there such a thing? I just want to update the scarf, please. So what we need to do is actually go to this version, full version. Here. We need to update UV maps for this one. Way up here. Here's what we'll take this, duplicate it, move the additional duplicate out into the scene. This one we're going to take this segment right here, rip it, delete the here, take this, and delete the faces. Good. Then selecting everything except these. Actually, no, with everything. And making sure we cut the bottom here. Boom, boom. Mark seam, unwrap, in, and straighten. We get this whole dealio with our low poly as well. We get rid of our current version. Smooth this just a little. And then here, the one final little trick is that we're going to put our cursor right here, take these faces, 0.6, flip them, should work. Hello, Electro, welcome. Hello, good day to you. Welcome back. Cool. All right. Then I need to duplicate this again, send it to the one to the low poly for the casual outfit. The other one's going to replace the high poly version. Yeah. Why did I delete the interior faces on the high poly version? There's no reason to do that. Yeah. All right, we've got our low poly version. Delete this one. And this one. Bam. Turn on the scarf again. This is our updated version. We will duplicate again. Send to high poly. And then here, all we really need to do is just delete these faces. Like so. Okay. Ish. All right, high poly version is done. Actually, I'm going to back up a little bit. Sam, do you watch your own VODs to see if you can improve in some areas, or how do you try to keep up with potential new workflows, tricks, etc.? I suppose I watch a lot of YouTube, YouTube and Twitter. Twitter is actually really good as long as you curate your algorithm. Because there's a lot of people that just are very active in discussing things they discover or new tools, things like that. I would say almost all the tools that I've found have been through Twitter, actually, or X. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. this one. So that's a great place. So I guess really just being involved in the Blender community. Good morning, Sudo. Hello, welcome. So like if you are looking for ways to improve, I would recommend checking out the things like the Blender Artists Forum. Any special tags you recommend? Others besides Blender? It's really more about like who you follow. So I would go through the Blender, keep an eye on the Blender stuff, but just be diligent about following resources, following people and things that you think will actually be beneficial and will share things. Like game dev Twitter, very good. How are things? Things are good. Things are good. We're working on a snake right now. Trying to get his clothes all finished up. But he's coming out really well. Should be getting very close to done with him. Anyway, just for lecture for communities that are interested in learning, you just want to find those and kind of pay attention to them. And I think it's really rewarding to be involved in them because you get to see a lot of interesting things and kind of like stay motivated. So I suppose that's my recommendation there. But how are you doing, Sudo? What are you up to? Like right now, it's like if I'm looking at, I have my Twitter over here, and it's like I'm just looking, like a lot of my feed is like people posting their game dev work or stuff like that. And I just feel that I've kind of, but you could do that with any other community. You don't have to use Twitter or X for that. You could just go to specific forums, but try to search for communities that are doing the things you want to do. I'm okay. My primary drive crashed on Monday. No, that sucks. Hopefully you're backed up. Just operating system. Gotcha. Smart. Getting a new one today. Please, Blender. Please. Please, Blender. This shouldn't be taking this long. Should not be taking this long. Something's off about this. Please don't crash, Blender. Should be fine. It's just exporting. Oh man, I slept a lot. I went to bed early and I slept in. I still feel tired today. What's up with that? Don't betray me, body. There we go. Okay, so now high poly is exported. I believe we've already got this one situated, so we just need to set it down to 0 here. Apply the multi-res. Get our displace copied to it. Make the displace group. And then make sure that it's covering everything. Please. Literally just opening a collection. This might be an issue right here, this overhang. Hey! Dian Senpai 0, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. We're doing some baking right now. Not the food kind of baking. The other kind of baking. All right, then let's make a shape key. For this, we're going to take our outer edge. Perfect. And we just move it back. Make sure symmetry's off. This. That way it's sampling the edge correctly. Good. And so now I can copy the displace as a driver, paste it here, paste driver. So when the displace is off, on, off, on. Perfect. Good. Good stuff. All right. This is the low poly version. And now here is the cage. All right. And now we pray. Now we pray. Blender, stop crashing. It's just very slow. Too slow. All right. Bake. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for. The whole reason I did that is because I didn't want that there was a seam in the middle here. Just this visual seam. That was literally the only reason I did all that work, is just to get rid of that seam. The joys of 3D work. And yet it's still here. Do I have the latest version on here? V2. V2. Okay. Should be there. Let's V2, let's update our. Okay, so it's definitely from the normal map that we're seeing this. This must be because it's mirrored. It's still not the same though. Is it? No. This doesn't look like that at all. What's going on? Ah, duh. It's because I need to take the scarf we just made, this one, copy it, go to this version here, take this scarf, delete it, paste this. Okay. So now we have this. Then I want to. Oh, interesting. Then I need to mirror it like so. Turn off the merge. Apply the mirror. And apply the mirror. Okay. And then I'm gonna hide this half for a moment. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. Take this edge, delete it, unhide it, take this edge, delete it. Now we just have the ones in the middle. We can turn off the displace. Bridge with merge. Bam. Okay, now they're connected. Good. And then we'll select our back here. And this is not how I would set it up nowadays, but this is mostly the reason I'm having to do all this work around this is because I'm using mirrored UVs or overlapping UVs. That's really the main reason I have to do all this extra stuff. All right, but now, looking good. All of these are loaded up with a ton of materials. That should be good. Okay. Go ahead and delete these collections. All right, now we're grooving. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. One moment. Calm down, everyone. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Oh, thank goodness. That's so much better. I was worried. That's what I want to see. All right, we got a little bit of a darker shade here. I think that's because I need to rebake reflection. Yes. Yes. Take that, Blender. Take that, Unity. There we go. Cool. Now we're looking real good. Interesting. Some jaggedness here. We can just, oh, because I'm still missing the back of it. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll go to our low poly. Select the boundary loop. Nope. Delete it. Add on a solidify top. Push it this way. Hello, Kibar. Welcome back. And I think that will work. A little bit smaller. Let's say 0.01. Yeah. Copy. Reset the vectors. And let's send it out one more time. Any shape keys. It's taking a long time because the triangulate's still enabled. I'm gonna. No, I'll leave it on. Okay. It's gonna take a little bit, but it's okay. All right, but now we've actually gone and updated all the stuff. We just need to fix the scarf has like a little emblem on the bottom. So we need to make that emblem. And then I think we're good. At least for this character. Am I exporting? No. Noise. Noise. Yeah, that looks great. Awesome. Cool. Then we'll also want to update it so we can just get rid of these little patchy spots. The body poking through. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm a little late. There's no time frame here. Certainly appreciate stopping by, but definitely don't feel that. Well, thank you. There's a attendance. Oh, crap! I exported these with this place on. You know, it actually turned it off. Because I didn't see it at all. There. Funny. Okay, so then we'll take this. Hit O. Just move it out very slightly. About there. And then here. About there. Good stuff. Oof. That should be working a little bit better. Turn off symmetry. Turn on 0.8. Scale this out. And move these back. Cool. Good stuff. Okay, I think everything else is looking good. And then right. So go ahead and turn these all back on. Re-export them. What is my graphics card? I'm on an NVIDIA 2060, I believe. And we'll go to our little emblem in the scarf. Should be this one. Yes. About there. Is it enough? I would say that you could get a better computer. I got this one. I've had this one for about 4 or 5 years now. Certainly, you could get one for whatever what I paid for it. Well, it was actually a birthday gift, but um, I think you get a better one nowadays for sure. Really, I need to upgrade the RAM. If I went and spent some time, invested some time getting the RAM upgraded, I would be a lot happier with it. Um, what's that supposed to look like again? A little stretched out there, but oh, of course, it's not going to look the same anymore. But I do have the reference image, so. Have, yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure. Okay, here we go. This is the symbol, and it's just this little. Okay, that's easy. So to make this shape, go back here. And I think we'll make this a little bit smaller. It's just a tad too big. And we can actually paint out our. Where's this? All right, this is the normal, and then that means this is the fill. This is just like that. Goofy. Okay, normal, default normal base. Do I still have that there? Default, okay, good. We'll turn it off here. Or no, can I just do a planar projection? I would expect that to project. Gotcha, it's because it's repeating a shit ton right here. And and it's rotated and offset. Did I do it that way? Who did this? Oh, wait, it was me. I think that was before I was using these planar projections more often. Much better. Okay. Easy. Also, I followed you on ArtStation. Thank you. I guess you don't upload your latest works there. I neglect my portfolio very regularly. Yeah, I really should be a bit better about that. But I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm a little overdue for some updates, just because I do need to get some more commissions in sometime soon. So it is time. It's time. And trim mask. Duplicate. Like this. Duplicate again. I'm just a little lazy sometimes. Many times. Frequently. It's just tough to. A lot of times I just need to get right into the next commission. So my only concern is like just starting the next chunk of work. But I think I kind of sabotage myself a bit by doing that. And let's look up a diamond. Shrink that. Move it over. Interesting. Gotcha. Squish it. Squish it some more. Then works incredibly fast. Thank you, Sudo. How long does it take to complete a project from start to finish? 2 to 3 projects per month. That's kind of the rate and goal that I'm shooting for. 2 to 3. Yeah, I'd like to be right around there. 4 would be ideal, but honestly, my main goal long term is to just kind of not rely on commissions for my main source of income. Not that I dislike it. It's just I think there is a threshold. There's an upper limit to how much you can scale commissions. So I'd prefer to start making some products eventually, base avatars, things like that. So I can kind of just grow what I'm doing. Yeah. All right, this symbol here, I'm actually going to look it up again. Luna symbol. Where is this? Okay, then we will just switch it back to UV projection. Just move it over because it's going to be a little bit more accurate this way. Right now it's getting distorted because it's projected in 3D space. Yeah, a little bit more accurate to 3D form, but right about there. Okay. Then our gem. Hate that up. Sure, get the edges crispy. All right, good stuff. Save. Good morning, Sky. Hello. Like the imp? Exactly. Exactly. Uh, I think that VR avatars and worlds and assets in 5 years are going to be an incredibly big market. In fact, I would wager that VR games, like games made in VR, social games like VRChat or Resonate, will be very popular, very, very popular in about, again, 5 years. It's kind of a long-term investment, but if you're looking to get in to start building something that's going to scale with a platform, because a lot of the difficulty with this kind of work is indie games, game development and stuff. A lot of the times you're not you are constrained by the platform that you're on. And so right now, like VR stuff is a little bit restrictive because you're just making it for a very small audience. Not a bad thing. It's just kind of how it is. But if you're on the platform when it starts to scale, so let's say like between now and 4 years from now, like VRChat 10 times its population or user base, that would be a good wave to ride. Be a very good wave to ride. Okay, cool. Got our sweater done. So that's what I'm trying to get prepped for. It's just being in a position to go with the flow. But who knows? I know I could be Steam Valve could come out with some metaverse alternative and it just like blows people's minds. I get the feeling that that's not the direction they're going. Look at that shiny lad. He's so shiny. Shiny. The Oasis, exactly. I think Resonate's the closest thing to that. And I think they have the advantage of putting in the time and effort right now. And of being a very open platform compared to the metaverse or even VRChat. I think I'm in the right arena. Make a piece bone for the scarf. Duplicate. Yes. I guess I could try to go. I'll just recreate it. I like how they made the flying. I'm 100%. I think that was one of the things that just kind of like made me realize like, oh, like wow, they're really taking it seriously. It's like, why wouldn't this be a default feature? Why wouldn't you just have this? Do a mobile, put it on a curve like this so that it moves less at the top, more at the bottom. And yeah, let's see what that looks like. I mean, I don't know if there's one statistic that really I keep in mind for like what the future of VR looks like. VRChat is the #1 driver of VR third-party hardware and software. Like there wouldn't be a VR hardware market without VRChat. Look at that little wormy tail. I really love how the tail came out. Reminds me of like a gecko. Very satisfying. Anyway, I could go on. I'm excited. I'm mostly just saying this stuff for myself so I can remember. Keep my focus, my direction aligned to this. Yeah, I can't see anyone buying FBT for many other games. Yeah, it's like what else is out there that you would use it for? Nothing. That's not like a slight or an exaggeration. This really isn't like what else is there? Like I was looking up. I really love Contractors, that shooter, and they have like the um, more standard team deathmatch style one. And I was just like, oh man, this is great, but I've played it for so long. Like, what options are there outside of this? And there's really none. Like, there really aren't any other games. Blade and Sorcery has it. It's really fun to kick some people around. That is a good one. That is a very good one. I just wish the AI had more moveset. Because I want to go ham. I want to go ham. Or multiplayer. Multiplayer Blade and Sorcery. I guess you could do that with Boneworks. All right, this looks dope. And I think we're pretty close. Let's go back to the body. There's a few other things to change. Hello, Marcom 3D. Welcome. What's digging? We're making a snake guy. That's what we're doing right now. We just finished some of the texturing for his clothing. Now we're going to work on some other stuff. But welcome. Hello, hello. Turn off this. I didn't mean to turn off the tail. I want to see the body. We have to change this color here. The Outer Rim mod is so fun. The Star Wars one. For me, I just love fighting people. I do not enjoy fighting AI. Though I have played Blade and Sorcery for like 5-hour sessions sometimes. I was super sweaty after the end of that. Have yet to try it. Going to the tail substance painter file. And we're gonna change the color of the spikes. Send you one last follow-up, by the way, Sam. You should be all set now. Oh, heck yeah. Let's double check. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sai. Super appreciate it. The gems also, they have this kind of matte cap. I think I'm going to make a matte cap mask for this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Spider-Man meme. I'm trained man. Sound good, Zoom. See you in a moment. The jetpack is particularly interesting asset. And it's turquoise color or these. So now they're blue, bluish. And I like that. But we'll also make go to our texture sets. We'll make another user mask. Go to the base layer. That's too complicated. I'm just going to make one at the bottom. Boom. User. And this should be black. And the spikes should be white. So if we go to user one, should just see the spikes. Yes. Yes. Save. And file. Port. Cheers. I'm working on my Abby, redoing the topology and everything else. Definitely to be used in VR. Ooh, exciting. Very exciting. How exciting. So I've been thinking for the D&D and Resonite stuff. Right now we're focused on this commission, but I think in the next 2 days we'll start getting back into Resonite. Maybe every Friday we'll shoot for like a Resonite day. But I'm going to start doing combat one-shots, and we'll start making some signups for them. We'll do like a crew team and a player team, or dungeon master crew and a player team, and we'll just try to shoot for doing one shots. So everyone gets in, we build like an arena, and we'll just test combat over and over again till we get really good at that, and then we'll start trying to do a bigger campaign. But I think keeping it bite-sized for now will make it a little bit more feasible. Because I keep going, oh, I want to make this big campaign, and I can feel the amount of like pre-production work just growing. It's like, okay, let's get rid of pre-production. Get into playing. Do you have screenshots for us? Only if you're okay with it. Yeah, feel free to drop some in the Discord, and I'll throw them up or put them on the. Throw them up. A weird way to put it. All right, textures for the tail. Tail's gonna get. Hello, Arctic. Good morning. Welcome. Or good afternoon. Not sure what time it is there for you. Mask B goes here. We will put on. Oh wait, no, that's hiding the shadow. Hiding the matte cap and shadow. We don't want that. We'll do gradient. And I don't see anything right now. Should be seeing something. There we go. Okay. Do a little bit of base color mixing. Maybe my mask is too strong. Yeah. Huh. Strange. There we go. Blending. So we'll do a little bit of multiply, or mostly and a little bit of multiply. And let's make a custom gradient for this. I think we'll start with something like this. Swap this color to this one. Or no, actually this should be opposite. This goes in the middle. This goes on the edge. Okay. Should be able to kind of push the border. Half past 3 in the afternoon, yes. I'll drop a shot of it where I'm at this morning. Okay, heck yeah. Always want to drive home during the school kick out o'clock. So I have to drive past two of them to get to my house. God forbid that little Billy has to walk home. I The town that I grew up in was pretty small. We basically had like one main road um, through it, and so or one of the main roads. There's basically two paths, but every time the school would get out, just the whole town would like come to a stop, basically. Cool. Now I get some extra shine on that. I'm gonna say 2. Extra shine on the gems here. Don't think I like the white though. Drop shots and not safe for channel has no clothes. Gotcha. Gotcha. I will review that a little later just in case. I like that. I like that a lot. I think we'll add a little bit of a missive to it. No. Doesn't help that there's no such thing as school buses here. Oh, really? That kind of surprises me. I guess I just assumed that everywhere had school buses. Classic American. Yeah, I like it with it. And let's do one right here that's a little bit brighter. Remember, when I started school, my parents made sure I knew the way to school and back. Then just gave me a house key to hang around my neck and left me to it. Nice. There's a lot to be said for having some manner of autonomy when you're young. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Me gusta. Me gusta. Um, it's very shiny now. Hello, Loot. Welcome. It's been a while. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Also, respect for retopoing. I'm way too lazy for that and afraid of messing up too much. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's something. Really trying to keep the loops and not have any spirals, but it got complicated yesterday. I'm on YouTube. Ooh. Switching it up. Switching it up. All right. I think we're good there. Oh, my arm's kind of my elbow. I think I was just resting on my elbow too long yesterday, and now it's like twitching. Which I don't like. We're gonna adjust this mask a little bit more by taking our. This is the clip shadow right here. We're gonna give it some user information as well. Let's take it out of the ways. That's not it. Clip, 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 clip. Make Should be a nice clip layer. Is this it? No, it's just curvature, so it's gotta be. Huh. Did I get rid of it? Where'd it go? Here we go. This is it. There we go. Save. How's the D&D going right now? Haven't done it in a few days just because we're kind of switching gears to do commissions. I have a feeling. Sorry, I'll wait till this is done exporting. Perfect. But it's going well. It's going well. We've got. I actually have a little video I made on my YouTube channel. This D&D battle map prototyping. If you haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and share it. But so we're getting the tools built to actually like put stuff together. Right now we've only done like one kind of minor combat session, but I think I'm going to be trying to shoot for every Friday, having a one shot, like a combat one shot, and we'll do some signups soon. Also, soap dragons soon. Ooh, I'm so gonna splurge on that base and make a gremlin kobold. I guess hide and shadow is what I want. I'll do just half. Okay, now the spikes are blue. And shoulder. Just says shoulder. Don't know what to do about that. Shoulder. What do I do? Shoulder's fine here. Is there a different shoulder? We're getting a little bit of. That's normal. Yeah, it's fine there. Okay, but we do need to fix up the hands a little bit. We're getting a ton of stretching right in here, so how do we fix that? Oof, more UV editing and rebaking. Boy, oh boy. Excuse me. But other than that, the D&D and Resonite has just genuinely, and in general, been super exciting. Specifically because we're working in Resonite. It has been amazing to just like go like, oh, I wish I could do this. Oh wait, I can. Like that's a really cool feeling. Yeah, I'm in love with that. We're gonna do some surgery here. Do some surgery. I'm gonna pop off this arm. Ooh, with add the multi-res on it. But we already have the high poly there. So we'll back up one step. Is this the version I've been using? At this point, would it be unwise to add topology to the mesh? It's not that it would be unwise, it just would be a lot of work. So most likely if I have to add topology or like change things up at this point, it's just more work because you've already got like your house of cards, so to speak, and you're trying to go in and like fix it. A little more surgical than the rest of your than the rest of it of the work you've been doing. So in that sense, generally it's unwise. It's more like you wanted to avoid having to do it. But if you do have to, it's not the end of the world. It just takes a little more effort. I think this is the resolution's too high on this. I guess that's right. How many loops are here? This should be 16, but it's 32. Save. Tired of waiting for things to load. Okay, yeah, it's definitely one more level. We can test. Boom, boom, boom. How many loops? That's definitely 32. Just to confirm. Yeah, okay. So, we're going to make a copy, which we're going to call ARM revision. Save that there. Then we will apply the multi-res, and we'll extract the ARM directly. Now we're just going to focus on this for a little bit. Our main goal is to alleviate the stretching or get more resolution into the hand. That's our goal right now. Yeah, and I do need to separate because we'll do this. Select the island border, invert that selection, hit Alt-P to undo everything but the border. Then in here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. This is not as nice as I expected. This must be from... Sorry, I'm going to back up one more time. With the multi-res. Keep corners is on. Why is this grayed out? Okay, so it is changing. Keep boundaries. Now if I apply this, good. That's what I want. Now it actually keeps the corners straight. That's what we're looking for. So now we can select, separate again. All right, now the work begins. Island border, invert, Alt P. Good. Terrible. And then we'll distribute. Fixes up that a little bit. My brain doesn't see the reason of the stretching you are experiencing. So what was happening was oh, sorry. So it's this here. You see how this is all squished together right here? That's the main reason, is that so it's kind of in the opposite. So if you see stretching like this, what that means is that it's actually getting squished on your UV map. Let me turn off the UVs so you can see this big stretch right here. That means that it's getting squished down and there's less resolution. You're kind of like zooming into the pixels between these points. And so that's most likely in these areas right here where it's really kind of squished down. Compaction, I see. Exactly, exactly. Mostly probably due to the thumb. Actually, it's these ones. Okay. How do we get rid of this squish here on the finger? Look at this chunk where they touch. This is just 4 vertices right here, or 4 edges. But this is more than 4 edges. We want to just have 4 edges, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to be a little painful. But I think what we need to do is for each of the fingers, we want to change. We want to pull down more into the finger. Right? No. I don't think that'll actually fix it. Let's see. We'll do one. We'll do one. See how that helps. So if this is the thumb. Put our cursor here. Take this whole section, 0.6. Actually, just move this one over. Then take the whole thing and distribute. We pull it down. 2. Cursor goes here, over, grab, distribute. Okay. So we get rid of this. And that is a very minor change. Okay, so that's not the direction to go. Instead, let's think about the thumb. Right now we can see that this curve goes over and down over here. So actually we are just losing resolution right in here. Right in this area. The thumb's fine. Maybe we get rid of these little caps. Thumb is huge. It's actually taking up almost all of my resolution. Really make a difference. So back again. Okay. What if we because we can see this curve going down, which is I think probably very closely related to that. And this is the box here. We can see the kind of the box of the thumb. So I think I want to make sure that these sections are even with themselves. They go straight across. But for example, at this point, this section would actually be straight across. Same with this one. And then this to here would be distributed. No. I mean, that kind of does help, but still not the core issue, though. All right, we get rid of that. Okay. Next attempt. Let us try Um, huh. I'm extremely disgust. Ooh. Let's see, what's the natural tendency of this area? And if I do that, it still doesn't affect this. I think my map is just flawed. We take the whole section here, just move it down, kind of get more resolution if we scale it. Not quite. Rhizome UV. I don't think I have. Down. It usually works a lot better for my other hands. In fact, I could redo the map. I could just make it the same way. Tribute. Apology. Distribute. Oh no, should have been. No, that's right. No problem. No, it's not. 1, 2. It should be this one. It's a tricky one. The add-on or this map that I'm trying to make. It does look better. Still getting a lot of resolution here. Okay. What if this section here was like this? Okay, so that's the core piece that needs to move there. Because this section is what goes straight across here. Okay. So I was on the money a little while ago when I made this one here. Interesting. Ah, oop. Get a big old pinch. Not sure I fully understand what the issue is right now. A little stretching on the side of the finger. If we go to the finished textures in here, so this is what the stretching looks like in game. I would prefer to not have this. because I need to go in and paint some details here on the hand. And they're going to be a little rough. So if I can find a solution to relieve the tension that's in the hands here, I would like to do that. I don't know if I will be able to make like a solid solution here though. I'm just going to UV that a small square gets too few pixels. Exactly. So like in comparison, you see how kind of evenly spaced everything is here versus on this side where it's all squished down. So it's all getting kind of collapsed into a single pixel or just a handful of pixels. Well, this is where the visual squishing is happening. Let me take these. We're just kind of experimenting for the most part. It's like, what would be the ideal setup for this? I don't really have a clear answer to that. I just know that the solution's probably somewhere in here. Oh, okay. Thought I crashed. Get this nice big square. The thumb. All right, so it should basically be a 0. See what that looks like. But it shouldn't be 0. Whatever, we're just experimenting. Well, this line's definitely more even, but now we get this big old collapse right here. What if we go at least this? Massive collapse. That's pretty much what we had a second ago. Damn. Okay. What else can I do? What else can I do? Let's actually go ahead and just straight up delete this arm. We'll go ahead and go back to our lizard, or snake, not lizard. Select the arm, duplicate, separate. On our duplicate, I want to add a mirror. I'm going to apply the mirror. And I'm going to take the other side of it. delete it. Okay. Oh, make sure we have the mirror with mirror U. Then we can apply. Okay. Now we've got our original arm back, the one we were messing with. You're here. I will come again. Sounds good. Oops, I have to go now. Good work with respect. Thank you. Thank you, Kabar. Enjoy your day. Thank you for hanging out. Kind of a slow one right now where we're dealing with these issues, but hopefully we'll have a more exciting stream soon and get back to the work. So what we're going to do this time is try to pull resolution out of the thumb. I think that gosh darn it, just so squished. And then here is where I want to put this. As if I do this. Hmm. Hmm. All right, I don't think that this is solvable right now with how I have it set up. So let's see what we can do to just make the most of it in Painter right now. Let me look really quickly. I just want to look at my base template. My body template. Unwrap the hand here. So I feel like this is the core issue, is how I unwrapped it in this version. We can see the same pattern, this kind of down. It's not a high enough resolution for me to pull it out there. What I just did is that. It definitely shares the same issue. What if I cut the thumb differently? One last little tweak. So looking at the map here, I have the cut moving all the way up the thumb. But what would happen if I cut it here? Probably not going to work well, but I want to see. This is just remove the thumb entirely. If I cut here, it's going to unfold this upper spot instead of just here. Select this whole enchilada, Alt P. What happens? Okay. Still doesn't solve the issue. Okay, so that answers it. All right, leave it alone. Back to painting. Go to snake body. Here. Save that. I think in the future, I'm just going to cut the thumb off. No, I don't know. I like how it is because it's all one big chunk for the thumb, or for the arm, hand, and thumb. You don't really want to get rid of that. All right, enough speculation. Let's get some work done. So slow. Uh, really slow. Just gonna turn off all these layers right now. Still crazy slow. Got all these hidden layers that aren't doing anything. Let's get rid of them. My God, it was not this slow working on this character a while ago. What's going on? I think I'm just gonna save. Close. Just gonna reopen it real quick. Bum bum bum. The nightmare of not knowing if it crashed before the saving. Should be fine. Should be fine. I mean, hopefully. It's still quite slow, though. Do not have a paintbrush? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I need to be on this one. Huh. Actually, it's not this slow. And let's double check our reference image. Though, the more you add in substance, obviously the slower it goes. So, I just feel like I was working it the other day and it definitely wasn't this slow. All right, show me your hand. All right, goes all the way up the fingertips. All right, not bad. I think that's looking pretty good. All right, good stuff. Now, inside this layer, we did make a blue lines object. Um, hmm. It's one of these. There should be a. That's not it. See, that one was moving really fast. So it's something about it's probably the anchor point that's really slowing things down. Most likely that's what's causing the really slow performance. Tablet out. And let's go ahead. Paint in these lines here. Just gonna very lightly make them blue. Blue lines. Blue lines. All right. Much cleaner. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Save. Let's get these textures out of here. Oh. Open up Unity again. Ooh. Show me. Show me. Ah, oh, balls. I have to re-export because I forgot to turn on all my other layers again. Whoa. What is that? Must be this highlight. All right. Okay, I think I've identified what I'll do next time, which is just cut the hands off, make them a little bit bigger. Yeah. Cut them hands off. Cut the hands off. I'm going to paint in a height layer here to just lessen the indentation that we're seeing. So if we go into, because I believe the base scale layer does have, just has negative height. But this one does not. So we'll do a template layer, template flat, right about here. We'll say height and fix. Say height. Let's just say height 0 for now. Go to height, tell it to replace, and then paint in and, which actually we can just do a full selection of. Should have done something. And yeah, we're just going to push it down until we get less of an impact there. Hey, Jster donated $10. Thank you, Jster. Let me get your message loaded up. I can't quite read it here. The Streamlabs likes to take 1,000,000 years to load. There we go. Been following your work on Twitter for a while, and your streams have helped me understand Blender modeling a little more. Keep being awesome. Thank you, Jster. Super appreciate it. Happy to help. Definitely let me know should you have any questions or anything. Happy to help out even further. Thank you again. Because I love this stuff. I can't get enough. All right, so the problem here on the edges is not this scale. So I need to go in here, make sure the smoothness is low. And then we'll just paint it out. I'm glad you found me through Twitter. I kind of always wonder sometimes, like, if people are seeing me on Twitter, so that's really good to hear. Thank you again. Twitter can sometimes be a little bit of a, I suppose, like a black box. Let's turn down the opacity. Fade this in a little bit better. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll get in there. That one's probably this then. Oops. I could also tweak the height for this spot as well. You know what? I'm going to do exactly that. Let's back up. Oh yeah, Twitter's about 50% porn bot comments now. Twitter sure is interesting. I've been waiting to migrate to Blue Sky once they add videos and DMs. They don't have videos? That's surprising. Yeah, it seems to me that they're good, Blue Sky, but it's just not quite up to the same level yet, or something like that. Still seeing those seams really strongly. I don't think that's the fix. What is causing this? Base color? It is just the color. Okay. I'm going to paint and the influence there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, let's do that. But what kind of projects are you working on, JStar? Are you doing avatars as well? Oh yeah, much better. Perfect. Save. Then export again. I don't think Blue Sky was ready to launch, to be honest. They just fast tracked it when Twitter started burning down to try to catch the refugees and cement themselves in the social media spot. Yeah, but perhaps prematurely. I mean, time will tell. I don't have anything against Blue Sky. I certainly have a lot of complaints with Twitter, though. Oh, there are sparkles on the gems. Cool. We're gonna make some sparkly gems. Oh yeah, much better. Cleaner. Gorgeous. All right, so let's turn on the bracers. And what we're going to do is we would like to make these shine. Shine. So we'll go back in Painter to detail. Save. And then we're going to make one more mask layer. All the user channels. All of them. Not a whole lot. I like to make custom modifications to bases, renders, etc. Sometimes I'll make something small, such as a prop to put in VRC. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's where I started. And then the addiction kicked in. Quite like Mastodon myself. Feels a lot cozier. It reminds me of sort of hybrid between Twitter and the old bubs. I know it. This does not need another user 2 channel because it's actually the desert outfit that the braces are on. Boom. And then we go to bracer, gems, and user 0. Just to double check. Bam. Perfection. Save. PHP bulletin boards. Gotcha. All right, that shouldn't show much of a difference. But we want to now, on the desert clothing, go to, not matcap, we'll actually use cube map, which is in special effects, I think. No, right there, cube map. We'll drop in the mask we just created. And then we can give it, I think we have like a night sky cube map, nebula, perfect. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's turn off blend alpha, brightness, mission strength. Ooh, it's kind of purple. Oh, that's gotcha. See, contrast is maybe perhaps a bit too much. Save one. Turn that off. I think that's fine. Now they've got this cool little look. Oh, we also have glitter. Because that spell uses a lot of glitter. Mask right there. Turn up the density by at least 10 times. Be good to get the base color in there. Oh yeah. And for the random size, gem looks pretty. Thank you, Jster. I like I like what they do, but I couldn't get used to it. Like how wild and varied it is with hosts. I also got on co-host for a bit since it reminded me of Tumblr, but sadly it's niche. Not everyone picked it up as much as Blue Sky, Mastodon. The temptation to return to just Twitter is always very strong. Square looks a little bit more sparkly. That looks pretty good. With the cube map, just gives it just a touch of something else. Don't want it to be quite as dark. All right, dope stuff. Now we're gonna get a little nuts. We're gonna go to internal parallax. I think it's internal. No, it's What is it again? Global modifier UVs. Parallax height mapping. Yeah, because this can affect a specific UV map. And we'll give it a noise. Such as say this one. And then we can go back to the glitter and say you're on UV1. And so now that the glitter is actually inside the gem, not just at the top. So I think we'll need to lower our let me go ahead and create an empty here. I'm going to put that empty right here. Welcome back, Zoom. Welcome. We're working on some gems. Making some glitter. Only 11. It's so much later. Turn that density back up. It's a little hard to see it, but it is there. Can I set the cube map to the same thing? Not quite. Those braces are goat. Or GG hot. Lastly, I will give it a matte cap as well. Just a slight iridescence too. Since we're already making things shiny, and we basically already have everything we need to do it, it's free. It's free real estate. Crystal shade of yours is amazing. Well, thank you. Gracias. Oh yeah. A little bit of iridescence. Tasty. Set it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think I can add any more points though. Actually, can I use the... Darn, I can't use the UV1. That would be cool. Actually, the mask can be on UV1. I don't think that's going to do what I want it to do. Oh, let's just give it a shot. It kind of gives a depth effect, but no. But no. Oh, no, wait, this one is on UV1. So it does have depth. Okay, nice. Okay, let's go down to our parallax height mapping. And I'm going to tile this times. Maybe even 20 times. Just fine. Not affecting the mat cap like I did. That's okay. All right. We'll leave that there. Save, of course. Bam. Now for all of these textures, I will go to light data. And we're going to say minimum brightness. I'm going to set that to 0.1. That way it'll never fully dark. All right. Was that the hair? I need to reattach the hair to the body. Cool. What's next? Next, we need to start making some toggles because we pretty much finished everything. All the texturing, at least. I'm going to put a pause on the texturing for now. And we're going to create another empty, which we'll call VRC Fury Silent. And we'll start making some toggles. Yeah. So we'll do clothing slash maybe, yeah, clothing toggles slash desert top. I'll just say desert now. Do they all come together? Desert clothes. And add an action or an object toggle for the desert clothing. We also want to give it an exclusive tag called clothing, or let's leave the exclusive out for now. One more toggle. Clothing toggles slash bracers, which also toggles the bracers. We'll make another toggle for the body toggles slash tail, which will turn off tail, of course. It'll actually also turn off Fizbone for the tail. Also want a body toggle for the tail collider, floor collider. Turn off our floor object. Awesome. I suppose that's it for the desert clothing. And we'll hide those too. Then we'll turn on the other objects. One more toggle. It's gonna be a lot more actually. Clothing toggles. This one will be casual pants. Let's start from the top down. Scarf. Gonna copy this one. Sweater. Pants. And feet wraps. Foot wraps. Okay. All right, so now we've already got toggles for all those. Oh, and then the tail bags. Cool. for the tail bags, when they get turned on, it should, or when the tail gets turned off, the tail bags should not be able to turn on. We'll have to think about that a little bit more. Cool. Let's add in our emulator. Do I have it? I have the gesture manager. Oh. Oh no, there it is. And let's hit play. And autofix. Go. Default. Expressions. We can go to the body toggles, turn on the tail, and then the floor collider should turn on. Some of these should be on by default. Right now they're not. Good stuff. Okay. I don't think I have the expressions hooked up yet. No. Because the shape keys are not baked. Okay. Back one. Awesome. I'll be right back. I have to run to the restroom. BRB. And I'm back again. All right, so let's adjust some of these. So what should be on by default? I'm going to make the desert clothes on by default. And of course, the tail should be default on along with the floor collider. Um, so just to make that match, this is what we should see when character is on. Or when we first turn the character on. Okay. Now there's a few animations I need to include. We're getting into the details now. We need to make a breathing animation, which will be fun. Cool. Did finish that. We also finished the scarf. Okay. So breathing animation, we do need to figure out how we're going to do the tongue animations. Because we have a bunch of bones on the tongue, but the difficulty with it is how we usually rig the face. Because usually the face is rigged through shape keys. But there's problems with using shape keys for rigging. It would be preferable, because we want the tongue to animate, to use bone animations. Bone anims, question mark? Full facial rig. That brings up the question of what's our ranking? We're already at very poor. Russian X of Y. Those should be in my playable layer, X layer. Expression X, expression Y. Gotcha. It's not in my parameter menu though. Hello, Nammers. Good morning. Hello, welcome. Oh, there we go. It's like it should get rid of most of the errors. I rise with coffee by my side. Well, welcome, fellow coffee fanatic. Texture memory usage. We're actually really close on the texture memory usage. I'm a little surprised by that. We should be able to just take all of our things like ambient occlusion, masks. Let's do this all at once. So ambient occlusion, mask, AO, AO mask. we'll set these to 1024. Nothing but the best instant 3-in-1 coffee powder. What's all the three things? Would that be like creamer, coffee? Can't think of what the last one would be. Oh. Coffee, milk powder, and a little sugar. Lol. Just a little sugar. And let's go to the performance rankings and VRChat. Whoop, 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 whoop. 150 is the max. Gotcha, but 110 would put it at medium. Okay. Let's leave that open. There's quite a few things I can actually just delete. These ones don't need at all. Not that it's contributing to this amount, but the I can be smaller. Does not need to be 2048. Barely changed anything. That's fine. We're still fine. We're in the very poor rank, but that's acceptable. What I need to update my Unity. Oh, interesting. We're in a slightly updated. It's white coffee. How's it going? It's going well. It's going well. Ooh. We're now pretty much finished with texturing and rigging, so we're just getting into making toggles and doing the VRChat integration stuff. Hitting my arm because it's itching. Angle between pelvis and thigh bones should be close to 180 degrees. It's fine. I've never had trouble with that. Okay. We need to also make the body toggles. So, go back to Blendy. Oh, you're raw. So we just need to make this a wee bit bigger. Oh, we applied the mirror on this? We don't need to apply the mirror on this object. So delete that. The mirror back on. Just make sure it's after the triangulate. And now make this a bit bigger. Ooh, not like that. Like that. A little bit more. There's also just some random floating garbage here. Okay, let me select everything and just say mesh, clean, delete loose. just in case. That looks pretty good. We shouldn't need to toggle the wrist, so that should be fine. The legs definitely will want to be able to toggle. So to do that, we'll begin by first just selecting the legs. Control L with seam. Just the lower legs now. Pants are pretty much in the exact same spot. We could probably get away with selecting this much. Yeah. So live unwrap is off. We'll move this up one section. Now we have a clip for the legs. Legs check. Then I'm going to invert my selection. This will be interesting because actually, let me just grab just the body. Deselect the legs. And the head. And whatever is right here, so. Okay. Yeah. This is the torso. When I turn on the casual outfit, how much of my selection can we see? Decent chunk of it. So we don't want to have any of this selected. Let's say this right here is fine. Cool. That all looks quite good. And then for our fingers here, as we'll still use our sorry. And I do Shift L but for chart. Cool. Come on, deselect it. No, I don't want it. There we go. Unity 2023.22F1 is a new edition. 6F1 still supported for quite some time. Experience a little more PC resource utilization with 22. Okay. In a good way or a bad way? As in it's making you lag or or a better performance? Okay, I think that's good. So what we have selected here, I will now move up to. So that means we now have the torso that we can turn off and on as well. And I think that's all we need. No, that's a lie. I'm gonna move it up one more. And for our legs, I would always be able to tweak my avatars while in VRChat with no issue, but in 2022, it'll lag out my client a bit, causing jarring stutters. Probably a non-issue in your case, though. You don't keep your headset on and work in the editor at the same time. Oh, that's cool. I like that you're doing that, though. That's certainly something I kind of want to embrace. Not to get lost in the sauce talking about Resonite again, but it's super cool to be able to be in VR and make things at the same time. So, as I'm sure you know, as you are directly experiencing yourself. I want more. I hope that at some point working in Blender, or I look, it'll get there eventually, but I look forward to the point when working in Blender in VR is good. Almost there, getting there. Cool. Now we've sectioned off the legs. Oops. Awesome. Let's go ahead and see what these toggles look like in Unity now. Make sure we're getting the right sections. Oh, we're also missing on the eyes, there's like an eyebrow color. So on the texture. Eyebrow body texture. It looks like it's the same scale material. And while we're at it, let's do a horn gradient too. Into Unity we go. So in Unity, we're going to open Special Effects, go to UV Tile Discard, turn off everything here. Now we should be able to select the body and turn off chunks of it. This. Interesting. If I turn on the sweater, that looks pretty darn good. Nice. Okay. There might be a little bit of gaps when the hands close there. Probably going to be closest thing to messing up. That looks really good though. Turn off the sweater, go to the body, turn that back on, turn off the leggies, turn on the pants. Might be nice to get a sense of scale. I think someone made a VR plugin for Blender some time ago. Well, not sure how good it is in terms of editing features though. It might be a proof of concept. I'm gonna check that out. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the stream today. VR Blender, question mark? I wonder how easy it would be to, like if I had Resonite or VRChat open and I was in VR in Blender, how easy would it be to mix those views? Because that'd be amazing. Like be in VRChat hanging out with people or Resonite and then also working. That would be, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. That's probably a little bit further away, I would assume. I don't really know. That'd be so much fun. Too much fun. This is too much fun. Right, so this section actually should have gone here as well, right? Yeah, because those are the lower legs. which we won't always want to turn on and off. And this is the upper leg, the thigh and the groin. So yes, okay, that's correct. But what we need to confirm is sections we actually can include. But I'll put that back down in the main section. That'd be interesting, but I doubt there's anything for that right now. There is what is really cool with the Quest, any of the Quest headsets and virtual desktop, is you can tell it to chroma key out a certain color. So the unfortunate part is that if I stream it, it just looks like I'm looking at like a magenta purple. But for my view, I'm actually just seeing out into the mixed reality view, like into my, so I can like feel like I'm in my living room working. And that's super cool. I want more of that. I feel like the more I mess around with that, the more I'm like, oh, that's what I want. Get everything into VR. Everything you can into VR in any way you want. Probably would toggle desktop mode on Resonite and toggle on the Blender app, probably. Fair. Just hop back and forth between them. Actually, yeah, can you Alt-Tab VR applications, or do they just not work at the same time? And Google that. Alt-Tab VR applications? Gotcha. That's a no. That is a big no. Oh, for the clothing, I should turn off the calling. Awesome. Okay. So we got the legs toggling, we got the torso toggling. I think that's all we need for the UV discards. We just need to hook it up to our actual VRC Fury toggles now. Would toggling desktop mode have the same effect as closing the game or alt-tabbing though? I don't think so, because Steam VR still knows it's like a VR application. Where'd my other sock go? Okay. Had to put my socks on. So when the pants are turned on, we do want it to do a Poyomi UV tile discard for the body. And we have to tell it what the renamed material would be. Means we need to hit renamed, 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 and renamed. And let's copy animated property name. I think that's it. underscore Silik body. Can you edit mesh in Resonite? I think you could. I don't think it's going to be as comprehensive as Blender, but I could see some really easy like pushing and pulling options just to like distort things. That's probably possible. Because you can bake meshes. I would assume it's possible. They can make hand tools for different operations, maybe. I mean, that'd be awesome because they already have brushes. You know, you can just make like a set of brushes that you grab and begin sculpting away. Actually, yeah, Jack said someone had made some sort of sculpting thing, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen it myself. I assume multitasking VR would only be possible through a Steam VR overlay, as VR exclusive applications would rather have priority. I should look into the Steam VR SDK documentation. Well, certainly let me know what you find, because yes, I would love to be able to work in multiple VR applications. I think that the potential there is really strong. But I did work in Resonite the other day where I had my headset on. I was sitting at my desk. I could see my keyboard through the pass through, but I was still in Resonite and I had my desktop views up, and that was pretty cool. I was very impressed by that. I want to do more of that. More of that. I haven't gotten into VR development yet. Well, I've been meaning to make a Sonic Generations VR mod for shits and giggles. Hey, that's awesome. I did see a really fun VRChat Sonic world. I'm not very familiar with Sonic, but it seemed pretty comprehensive. Well fleshed out. What was I doing? It was the oh yeah, the discards. So go to the toggles here. I think we want this underscore Silik body. So when the pants turn on, it should turn off this column. Give that a shot. Oh, that shoulder pauldron. That rigging's wild. All right, so pauldron rigging. That's going to need some fixing. Aha. That's because I left it toggled like a fool. Oh, I have to lock it in, actually. My thing is, I think it'd be hilarious to play that game from his perspective. My friend already made a first-person mod for the game, but it's still desktop. I want to go a step further, actually make it a full VR, see if I can actually make myself motion sick. I don't think that'd be... I think you can make yourself motion sick, but I look forward to seeing your experiment. Just get a bucket next to you for when you puke. All right, did that turn off the legs? Yes. No. No. Did not turn off the legs. I always forget the right way to use the Poyomi toggle. Who did I set up recently that had the Poyomi toggles? Let's look at Lorian really quick. I know I would. Where'd it go? Right here. So it's without the underscore. Without the underscore. Okay. So far, I haven't been phased by VR at all. Even spinning around rapidly in VRChat, I'm pretty okay. Well, that's awesome. I remember I tried to make a jetpack in Unity with VRChat a while back, and I did this. I did my math wrong. So instead of like flying, it just orbited me around my feet. that was that was like a little mini roller coaster. Fun though. I got sick real quick. That should work now. It should have toggled the material now. Did not. Gosh darn it. Um, why is this a VRC Fury material? This feature is disabled in the config file. Locked property suffix. I mean, that's what I put. Hmm. Weird. A little confused there. What gets me sick is those special effect abbeys that shake the whole view. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty intense. So, little wub. Cool. So that's not working for some reason. Let me take the. I'm gonna remove the object toggle. So it's just toggling the um, body now. And it should be 0, 1. That should be right. Uh, they are renamed, so I have access to all of them. This is row 0, column. Oh no, gotcha. Column 1 would be here. So I need row 1, column 0. Okay, that's what's messed up. Try that again. I'm then trying to block them, but they are hiding somewhere, lol. Is that on by default? All right, well, now it's definitely turning off and on, but okay. Hmm. They have to turn off in response to the pants. Also, still the wrong row. Should be this row. When toggle is enabled. The toggle is not enabled to start with, though. Let me go ahead and use an exclusive tag, and we'll call this casual pants. And we'll call this an exclusive off state. This only turns on when the other one's off. We'll make one more toggle. Like so. That's this. Yeah, we want to remove the menu path. Shouldn't be visible. Should just be in response to this one. Exclusive tag. Casual pants. I had someone use an intense VFX toggle like that which lasts at least 3 minutes, and they still didn't affect me. That's why I'm morbidly curious to see if there's a breaking point for me. I guess I get in a chair with physics, throw yourself around low. Some people don't have this issue. I think NASA is looking for those candidates. Lol. I do think you're right, actually. There's definitely, like in World War II, I think in Japan, like a certain portion of the Asian population doesn't stink. They have no body odor of any kind. And so for submarines, they wanted to get those candidates specifically. They wanted to find people that would are going to be in a submarine for 3 to 4 months, and don't want to get people that think it stink. And put the pants in here. So when this is on, it turns on the pants. When it's off, it turns off the subject. Let's move this down. Okay, should work. Makes sense. No body odor. How interesting. I'm a little jealous of that one, to be honest. All right, so pants. Pants. Okay, yeah, it's working now. Though for some reason it's working the opposite way I would expect. I don't know why, but it's just backwards for some reason. That's okay. Cool. Okay, but now we know the formula. So we'll need one more for the sweater. We'll take this, copy the component, paste as new. We'll take our sweater, move it down here, there. We'll make an exclusive tag called casual sweater. Copy this, paste this. It should be 30. No menu path for this one. We just want to make sure that should work. Oh, and then the sweater. Oh, I'm missing the sweater. Whoopsies. Whoopsie poopsie. Oh, interesting. Apparently, iPad OS, the iPad and iPhone. I don't know if it's an update or not, uh, or if it's going to be in the more recent versions. But eye tracking will come with it. It will be a default thing. That's going to be useful. Ah, still unassigned though. Still unassigned. Good. It is turning off the body, but we'll have to adjust our selection here because we're getting a little bit of the body in there. So sweater adjust, sweater clip on shoulders. Okay. Hello, Fable. Hope you're having a good day. I am having a good day. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. And the scarf is no longer working because it lost its assignment. Right here. Scarf. Boom. Boom. Okay. Anything else loses assignment? I think that should have been it. Good. Good. Next, what we need to do just the clip on the shoulders. Then we have to set up a master toggles. Okay. So for the FX layer here, we'll want to create a parameter, an int, which we'll call master toggles. Move that up here. We'll need a layer for it. Master toggles. What should be side of direct entry. And in this one, we'll create a variety of states. These should just be empty. Call this one null. Sorry. All right, we got another 10 minutes for our morning stream here. And then I'm going to be going on lunch. Let's see what we can get done in the meantime. Thank you, Sky. Thank you. Wow. Sneezy. Sneezy breezy. Thank you. I feel like since moving to Texas, I've started sneezing a lot more. I think it's because it's humid. I don't really know, but actually, no, we'll just do one because I want to add a parameter driver in here. And then we need to create, let's review Lorian one more time. On Lorian, we didn't have a direct setup for Lorian. Who did we do it for? I can't remember. Evan? No. Just time to wave, I guess. Hello there. Hey there, Stardom. Hello, hello. Maybe tiger allergies. Sure it wasn't this one? Who did we set it up with? I always forget. Maybe it was Era? He did have multiple outfits. No. No. Imp? No. Hey. Eva. Dog. Hidden. Stoder has liked the stream. Thank you. Thank you for the like. Welcome. Hello, hello. We're working on making a snake guy right now. I'll switch back to him in just a moment. Huh. I can't remember who we set up with it, but we should be able to recreate it. Oh, every time I look at a big list like this, my brain short circuits and I can't remember where I wanted to go. All right, here we go. So, the FX layer, we have our master toggles, and on our VRChat toggles here, what we want is to drive some values using our toggles. Man, who was that? Had who did we set it up with? Kai? Maybe it was Kai. Probably was Kai. Okay, so I'll have to review that during lunch. Kai toggles. Pretty sure. Yeah, because I need to be able to set this, so we'll say clothing or toggle all desert. Desert clothing. And this will use our condition of our master toggle. So if it equals 1, then we go here. And then it should exit afterwards. No exit time, duration, nothing, none of that. Should just be instant. Good stuff. All right, I think probably here's a good point to end it, because I need to do a little bit of research, and I'm feeling hungry now. So I think I'll go ahead and call it here for the morning stream. For everyone that's new here, I do break my day up into 2 streams, so I'll be back soon. I'm just going to go on lunch, get food. You get the idea. But thank you all for hanging out with me. Hope you're all having an amazing Wednesday. We'll be very, very close, if not completely finished, with Silac here by the end of the next stream. So the end of today. So hit that follow, hit that subscribe. I'll be back soon, and we'll kick some more butt together. J-Star, have a nice lunch. Thank you. I will. I definitely will. Hope you all have a nice break in the meantime. See you soon. So close. So close. Have a nice break. I will have a good one. Catch you all later. Thank you again for hanging out. See you all very soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. See you soon.